Good evening, and this is the 2024 presidential election night in America. We have entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy taking on incumbent President Joe Biden, and if Vivek Ramaswamy were to be elected, he will be the youngest president to do so. Now we have our approval rating of incumbent President Joe Biden. He is underwater at a net negative 7%. Joe Biden is disapproved of by 51%, and he has an approval rating of a 44%. We have our first batch of poll closings tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. poll closings, Eastern time from these states. Kentucky, polls have now closed, 8 electoral votes going to Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy will also win the state of Indiana's 11 electoral votes. No surprise here, out of the solid Republican state, South Carolina, 9 electoral votes going to Ramaswamy's column. We have our first state now can be called for Joe Biden, incumbent president, Vermont, 3 electoral votes. No surprise here. And a important swing state, too early to call, just 12% in, 16 electoral votes, Georgia. Joe Biden is having a double-digit lead at the moment, but keep in mind a lot of these counties have not been called yet, too early to call. We now can make a projection out of the state of Virginia. Incumbent President Joe Biden will win this state with its 13 electoral votes. He will take the state of Virginia 7 percentage points, 53.7 to Vivek Ramaswamy's 46.3. We have our second batch of poll closings, 7:30 p.m. poll closings from Eastern time from these 3 states. West Virginia, 4 electoral votes, no shocker here, Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, another key battleground state to look forward to tonight, North Carolina, 16 electoral votes, too early to call, 23% of the expected vote is in. Joe Biden holds a 10-point lead at the moment, too early to call, cannot make a projection just yet. And Vivek Ramaswamy's home state of Ohio, it's 17 electoral votes, he will win it comfortably by around 9%. And now an update on the map to 270, 49 electoral votes currently for Vivek Ramaswamy and 16 for Joe Biden. 8 o'clock p.m. poll closings from Eastern time from these states. Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes, Vivek Ramaswamy is the projected winner. No surprise here from the state of Tennessee's 11 electoral votes. And Mississippi's 6 electoral votes will be added to Vivek Ramaswamy's column. And polls have now closed in Alabama. Vivek Ramaswamy is going to win its 9 electoral votes, as well as Missouri's 10 electoral votes. And another update on the key battleground state of Georgia, too early to call, remains 28% of the expected vote is in. Joe Biden still holds that lead, still too early to call. We now have a huge, major projection, a huge state for Vivek Ramaswamy, huge victory. Florida's 30 electoral votes. Vivek Ramaswamy is a projected winner in this important swing state. Must win for him, and he won it. Vivek Ramaswamy will take the state of Florida by around 7 percentage points, 53 to Joe Biden's 46%. 82% of the expected vote in. We now can call this race of Florida for Vivek Ramaswamy. And Maine's second congressional district will go to Vivek Ramaswamy as well. And District of Columbia will go to incumbent President Joe Biden, 3 electoral votes. No surprise here from Massachusetts, solid Democratic state. Solid blue state from Illinois, 19 electoral votes. Another update on the swing state of North Carolina, remains too early to call, 41% in. Joe Biden's lead is narrowing as we get more counties in. It will get closer. Joe Biden is at 3% lead at the moment. Maryland's 10 electoral votes going to incumbent President Joe Biden's column. No surprise here from Delaware, 3 electoral votes, solid Democratic state. Safe Democratic state, New Jersey's 14 electoral votes going to incumbent President Joe Biden's column, as well as Connecticut, 7 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner. Polls have now closed in Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes for Joe Biden. And Joe Biden will win on Maine's 3 out of the 4 electoral votes. He will win Maine's at-large, Maine's 1st congressional district. He will take the 3 out of the 4 electoral votes, while Vivek Ramaswamy takes Maine's 2nd congressional district, winning 1 out of the 4 electoral votes in Maine's districts. And a key battleground state out of the Rust Belt, it's called at the moment, 44% of the estimated vote is in. Vivek Ramaswamy holds the lead in Pennsylvania, but keep in mind, too early to call. A lot of these counties have not came in yet. New Hampshire's 4 electoral votes, a swing state, too close to call. 48% of the estimated vote is in. Joe Biden holds a lead, but keep in mind, too close to call. Another update on the race to 270, Vivek Ramaswamy holds his lead 123 to Joe Biden's 90 at the moment currently. And we have our 8:30 p.m. poll closings Eastern time from just one state, Arkansas. 6 electoral votes, no surprise here, Vivek Ramaswamy. And let's go back to Georgia, another update from this state, 47% in, Joe Biden remains in the lead. Keep in mind, a lot of these counties have not came in. We still expect some counties that have not been called yet to go in Vivek Ramaswamy's favor to make this race a little bit closer. And another update on the swing state of North Carolina, we will be keeping an eye on this state. Too close to call, 54% of the expected vote is in. It is currently very close at the moment, 46.8 for Vivek and 46.2 for Joe Biden. Very narrow. 9 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern time from these states, a big patch of states. South Dakota's 3 electoral votes, Vivek Ramaswamy will win. Vivek Ramaswamy will win Wyoming's 3 electoral votes, and no surprise here from the state of North Dakota, 3 electoral votes, solid Republican state. Safe Republican state, Louisiana's 8 electoral votes going to Vivek Ramaswamy, as well as Nebraska's 4 out of the 5 electoral votes, while Joe Biden gets that 1 out of the 5 in Nebraska. Another update on Georgia, let's check back on the swing state of Georgia. Must win for Vivek Ramaswamy if he wants to win this election. Too close to call, 59% of the expected vote is in. It is a dead tie, even at 46.5 to 46.5. No surprise here, Kansas's 6 electoral votes will be added to Vivek Ramaswamy's column, and New York's 28 electoral votes will be going to Joe Biden's column. No surprise here, solid blue state. We have a huge major projection out of the swing state of North Carolina. North Carolina's 16 electoral votes is projected to go to Vivek Ramaswamy. Must win, and he has won it. Vivek Ramaswamy will win North Carolina by around 2 percentage points, 51% for Vivek Ramaswamy and 49% for Joe Biden. 82% of the expected vote is in. We now can call the race of North Carolina to Vivek Ramaswamy by around 2 percentage points. We have a projection out of the state of Colorado's 10 electoral votes. Incumbent President Joe Biden will win Colorado pretty comfortably. And New Hampshire, a huge swing state. Good for Biden. He's going to win it, 4 electoral votes. He's going to take the state of New Hampshire by around 4 percentage points, 96% in. And an update on the Sun Belt swing state of Texas. Democrats tried to flip in 2016. They failed to do so. They also failed in 2020. They're hoping to flip Texas in 2024 or the near future. Let's see if they can do it this time. 65% in. Joe Biden holds the lead, but keep in mind a lot of these counties have not been called yet. And they are expected to go in Vivek Ramaswamy's favor to make the state closer. Incumbent President Joe Biden will win New Mexico pretty comfortably, 5 electoral votes. An update on Arizona. Swing state, huge swing state. This could ultimately determine the winner. And this is also a must-win for Vivek Ramaswamy if he wants to stay alive in this race or if he even wants to win. 66% in. Joe Biden holds a lead, but keep in mind a lot of these counties have not been called yet. So we cannot make a projection just yet. We have a huge projection out of Minnesota's 10 electoral votes. Incumbent President Joe Biden will win Minnesota. He's going to take Minnesota by 5 percentage points. 88% in, 52.3 for Joe Biden to Vivek Ramaswamy's 47.7 in Minnesota. An update on the swing Rust Belt state of Wisconsin. Also, arguably a must-win, or it would be good for Vivek Ramaswamy if he is to win the state. 48% in. Vivek Ramaswamy is at a lead right now, but keep in mind a lot of these counties have not been called yet. We cannot make a projection. Out of the state of Michigan, too close to call, 63% in. Vivek Ramaswamy holds a narrow lead of just 2%, but keep in mind, too close to call. We cannot make a projection just yet. We still have a few more counties left to be called. Another update on the map to 270, 172 for Vivek Ramaswamy, and Joe Biden is catching up, slightly trailing behind Ramaswamy at 148 electoral votes, and the states filled in yellow are currently too close to call. We cannot make projections in the states filled in yellow. 10 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern time from these 4 states. Utah, 6 electoral votes. Vivek Ramaswamy, no surprise here. And another update on the swing state of Georgia. Another must-win for Vivek Ramaswamy if he wants to win this election. Too close to call remains at the moment, 73% in. And Vivek Ramaswamy is holding a narrow lead. He's taking the lead for the first time tonight in Georgia. And another update on the swing state of Arizona, arguably another must-win for Vivek Ramaswamy if he wants to win this election, remains too close to call at 75% of the estimated vote in. Joe Biden holds a narrow lead of just 1%. And if Joe Biden were to win this state, it would be huge, as he would likely win the election. And now Montana's 4 electoral votes going to Vivek Ramaswamy's column. Another update on the key Rust Belt state of Wisconsin, battleground state, 76% in estimated vote, and Joe Biden holds a narrow lead of 2 percentage points. Joe Biden is currently leading at the moment. We cannot make a projection just yet out of Wisconsin. Another update on the battleground state of Sunbelt, Texas, too close to call, 80% in, and Vivek Ramaswamy takes the lead in Texas. He's leading by 2 percentage points, and a lot of these counties are projected to go in his favor to grow his lead. And now Nevada's 6 electoral votes, too close to call, 76% in. This is another swing state, crucial for Joe Biden to win it. 49% for Joe Biden. He is leading by 1% to Vivek Ramaswamy's 48%. Iowa's 6 electoral votes, we now can call that for Vivek Ramaswamy. And Vivek Ramaswamy's at 188 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 148 currently. And we now have our 11 o'clock p.m. poll closing Eastern Time from the West Coast. But before we take a look at those poll closings, I want to update you guys on Wisconsin again. It remains too close to call. 82% of the expected vote it is now a dead tie, even at 48%. California's 55 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden is expectedly to win the state. Solid Democratic state, no surprise here. And this should give him the lead because California has a big electorate. Michigan, another update on this important state. Also a must-win for Joe Biden if he wants to get reelected. 15 electoral votes, too close to call, 88% in. Joe Biden is indeed in the lead by around 1 percentage point. Too close to call, we cannot project that. Hawaii's 4 electoral votes, no surprise here, going added to Joe Biden's column. As well as Oregon, 8 electoral votes, Joe Biden is going to win this state. Another update on the key state of Nevada, remains too close to call at the moment. 87% of the estimated voters in. It is a tie at 49 to 49. Washington State's 12 electoral votes will be projected for Joe Biden. Texas, too close to call at the moment, 86% in. We are coming very close for calling this race, but we just can't at the moment. 51 for Vivek Ramaswamy to Joe Biden's 47%. Idaho's 4 electoral votes will be going to Vivek Ramaswamy, no surprise here. Another update on the race to 270. 232 for Vivek Ramaswamy and 226 for Joe Biden. This is an extremely tight race at the moment, and Joe Biden is barely trailing, barely behind Vivek Ramaswamy. We have our 1 a.m. poll closings Eastern Time from just one state. But before we go on to that one state, we now can make a projection out of the Sun Belt. Texas is 40 electoral votes, a major win for Vivek Ramaswamy's campaign. He is to win Texas. 40 electoral votes. Vivek Ramaswamy will win Texas by 6 percentage points, 92% in, 53.6 for Vivek Ramaswamy, and 47.4 for Joe Biden. We have a call projection for Alaska, 3 electoral votes, no surprise here. We now have a major projection out of the Rust Belt state of Wisconsin, an important projection, 10 electoral votes. Vivek Ramaswamy is projected to win Wisconsin. Vivek Ramaswamy will win it by under 1 percentage point. Very tight race, 0.4%. 98% of the expected vote is in. We now can call the race of Wisconsin. For Vivek Ramaswamy, he is to win it by 0.4%. 50.2 for Ramaswamy. Joe Biden at 49.8. Joe Biden narrowly lost his state. An update on the race to 270. Vivek Ramaswamy is getting closer while Joe Biden is barely behind him. Tight race. 245 electoral votes for Vivek and 226 for Joe Biden. This race is still up for grabs for anyone. Very close. We now have a major projection and a must-win for Vivek Ramaswamy. Georgia's 16 electoral votes will be added to Vivek Ramaswamy's column. A must-win for Vivek Ramaswamy, and he is to win the state of Georgia. This is an important win for Ramaswamy's campaign. And this is a huge win for him as well, as he is to win the state. 99% of the estimated vote is in. Vivek Ramaswamy is to take Georgia by 1.2 percentage points, a little bit over 1%, 1.2 to be exact. 50.6 for Ramaswamy. Joe Biden narrowly loses Georgia at 49.4%. This is a flip. Arizona, another flip for Vivek Ramaswamy, a third flip. 11 electoral votes. Ramaswamy is to win Arizona. This is a huge win for the Ramaswamy campaign. Major projection, and this is horrible news for the Biden campaign. It's looking scary for Biden voters at the moment. Vivek Ramaswamy will win Arizona by around 0.2%, the closest state so far tonight. 97%, and we now can call Arizona for Ramaswamy. He's going to win it by 0.2%. 50.1 for Vivek and 49.9 for Joe Biden. This is scary close. We have another major flip tonight, the fourth flip for the Vivek Ramaswamy campaign. This is huge news, as this should put him at above 270. Nevada's 6 electoral votes. We have a major projection out of the Rust Belt state of Michigan, a must-win for the Biden campaign, and he is going to win it. 15 electoral votes is expected to go to the incumbent president, Joe Biden. This is a major win for the Biden campaign if he wants to win this election, or at least stay alive. Joe Biden is going to win Michigan 3 percentage points, 51 to Vivek Ramaswamy's 48%. We have another major projection out of the Rust Belt state of Pennsylvania's 19 electoral votes. Incumbent President Joe Biden will win the state for a second time in a row. Joe Biden is to win Pennsylvania, 99% in, 0.6% for Joe Biden. That is his margin. 50.2 for Biden to Vivek Ramaswamy's 49.6. This is extremely close. We now can call the race. President-elect Vivek Ramaswamy, 47th president of the United States. He will be elected to his first term, and he is the youngest president in American history. He surpasses the 270 electoral votes at 278 to Joe Biden's 260. Overall, extremely close election. This is the final map, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to pause this video. This is the final map, and take a look at the margins of every state. And now take a look at the winner of the popular vote. Joe Biden will receive more votes than Vivek Ramaswamy, but it does not mean he's the winner, as Vivek Ramaswamy wins the electoral map, but Joe Biden does win the popular vote of around 3%. And taking a look at the battle of control of the U.S. Senate. The Republicans flip and take back the Senate at 51 seats. They barely flip it at 51 seats, but they still win, to the Democrats and Chuck Schumer's 49 seats. Thank you everyone for watching Decision 2024 Election Night in America. Stay tuned for future election nights just like this one with other candidates.